everyone, this is your Kalpana here. So in this video we are going to see types of cylinders. Okay, so let's get started. First one, if the base of a cylinder is not circular, then it is called oblique cylinder. Okay, if the base of the cylinder. So if we consider a cylinder, I'm taking a hollow cylinder, okay? So if you consider a cylinder, this is a base, right? So if the base of the cylinder is not circular, then we call the cylinder as oblique cylinder. Okay? Coming to the second one, if the base is circular, but not perpendicular to the axis of the cylinder. If this is the axis, so the cylinder, I'm considering the cylinder which is having a circular base. If the base is circular but not perpendicular to the axis, like this. Okay, the circular base is not exactly perpendicular to the axis. This is your axis, right? So here the circular base is not exactly perpendicular to the axis. Okay, then the cylinder is called circular cylinder. Okay, circular cylinder. Good. Coming to third one, if the axis is perpendicular to the circular base, then the cylinder is called right circular cylinder. If the circular base is exactly perpendicular to the axis. Okay, so here the circular base is exactly perpendicular to the axis. So we call it as right circular cylinder. Base exactly perpendicular to the axis. If the base of the cylinder is exactly perpendicular to the axis, this axis, and this is a circular base which is exactly perpendicular to this axis, then we call this cylinder as right circular cylinder. Okay. Now coming to the definition of right circular cylinder. And now coming to the definition of right circular cylinder. If a rectangle revolves about its one side and completes a full rotation, the solid thus formed is called a right circular cylinder. Okay, if we consider a rectangle, okay, rectangle revolves about one side. Okay, so I'm taking right side. If it revolves and completes one rotation like this, completes a full rotation, then the solid formed is called a right circular cylinder. Okay, so here we formed a circle, base of the cylinder, base of the cylinder. Okay, if you take any rectangle and if you rotate in one side, then it forms a cylinder, right? It forms a cylinder whose base is exactly perpendicular to the axis. Okay, such a cylinder is called right circular cylinder. Okay, so here we are able to form only the base, circular base. Okay, consider a rectangle. I'm just placing it. Okay. Okay. Now, if you'll rotate this rectangle about a side, then it forms a circle, not circle, cylinder. Okay. So it forms a cylinder. Okay. So this cylinder whose base is exactly perpendicular to the axis. Exactly perpendicular to the axis. So this cylinder is called right circular cylinder. Okay. Now notice this figure, these two figures. So here A, B, C, D is a rectangle. Now if we'll rotate this to one side towards right, then the so formed object is called right circular cylinder. So you'll get a right circular cylinder like this. Just consider the rectangle. After a full rotation, after a complete rotation, it forms a cylinder. Okay, that is what I have tried to show. Fine. So here completes the definition of right circular cylinder, oblique cylinder and circular cylinder. So we have seen a small concept of cylinder. Hope you will understand. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.